All right, guys. Welcome back to another video. Guys, I was in here talking to myself. Thought I was talking to you guys, and I didn't even have the microphone on. But today, guys, I got me some nice, good meatballs and gravy right here. And this thing was packed with flavor. I'm going to be putting it on some rice. So we're going to jump into this video, and I'm going to show you how I get it done. Okay, guys, so this is what I'm going to be using for my recipe. Today, I have me 2 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. And I have me some green and red bell peppers, some onion, 2 eggs, and I have me a little beef bouillon, some smoked paprika, a little onion powder, little black pepper. I'm going to be using a little table salt also, and I'm going to be using a little bit of my kitchen bouquet. All right, so I have my ground beef inside of this bowl here already. We're going to just go ahead and season it up. Use whatever seasonings that you prefer. I just have me a little black pepper and a little onion powder. And guys, I just started using smoked paprika a few days ago, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to put a little bit of the smoked paprika inside of here. All right, then I'm going to grab my 2 eggs right here. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to add my table salt first. I really just like, I really, really wanted just black pepper and onion powder and table salt on my ground beef, but I'm going to add that smoked paprika this time to give it a little extra flavor. Then I'm going to beat my 2 eggs up and get that added inside of here. All right, so once I get that in, then I'm going to go ahead and just give all of that a mix together. All right, so once I get that kind of mixed together a little bit, just really trying to get that egg and that seasonings distributed throughout this meat. I'm going to come in and add a little bit of flour inside of here. You guys can add breadcrumbs, but I always grew up seeing my mom use flour. That's just regular all-purpose flour. So I just continue to use flour, and I'm going to be adding about 4-5 tablespoons total. Now go ahead and get that mixed in. And as I was mixing it in, I forgot that I wanted to add a little bit of my Italian seasoning inside of here also. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab that and put a few sprinkles of this in also. All right, then I just finished get everything fully mixed together. Then I'll be ready to start browning off. My meatball is going to be browning it off in just a little bit of olive oil. All right, guys, so I had a little brain cramp and didn't record myself forming the meatballs. I wanted these to be really big, but I don't think anyone really needs a tutorial on how to make their meatballs. So I just got my Dutch oven up to temp and gonna brown these off. All right, so once I get that up to temp a little bit, then I'm gonna come in and add my meatballs inside of here. And we just want to start browning these off a little bit. So I'm going to go on over and get my uh, Dutch oven heated here. I have my shallow Dutch oven. And I'm just adding a little bit of olive oil to it. All right, so let's go ahead and give these a turn now. These have been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes. See, they're starting to get that nice golden brown color on one side. Just want to give all of these a flip, just to kind of brown them off a little bit before we make our gravy. All right, so I'll get these turned over and let them brown a little bit on this other side, and kind of turn them on the side a little bit just for a little color. And then I'll be back when it's time to take these out and make my gravy for this. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get these out now. You can see I have them kind of like on the side, just kind of browning them all over. You don't really have to, just on a couple of sides would be fine. But I'm going to go ahead and get all of these out now. Then I'll come in and add my vegetables to it: onions, green and red bell pepper. And I just have these kind of diced up. We're going to just get all of this in. Let these cook down till they get nice and soft. All right, and those onions are going to pull up those little bit of bits. All of that is going to be nothing but flavor, extra flavor inside of this dish. All right, so I got my onions and bell peppers cooked down now, and we're going to add a little flour into this thing. Not using any dirty flour today. This is just nice, clean, all-purpose flour. I'm going to be using 4 tablespoons of it roughly, because I'm going to be using 4 cups of water. And I find that when I use 1 tablespoon per cup of water, it gives me the perfect gravy. So I'm going to be using 4 cups of water today. So I'll add 4 tablespoons of this flour, and I'll just get it all mixed in. We're just going to cook off that that raw flour taste. And right now you could add a little bit more oil to this if you would like, but I'm not going to add any more to it because I'm not trying to really brown this, just kind of cooking off that raw taste. Just want to kind of just keep stirring that a little bit. All right, so once we let that cook for a couple of minutes, then I'm going to come in and I'm going to add my water inside of here, starting with 2 cups of water. And I'm just going to slowly mix that in. All right, go ahead and get all of that mixed in. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to add 2 more cups of water inside of here. If I ever stop stirring it. All right, so that is 4 cups of water and 4 tablespoons of flour. And that normally gives me the perfect gravy in the end whenever I'm cooking something for an extended period of time, like 40 minutes to an hour, because it is going to reduce and thicken up itself. So now I'm just adding a little black pepper to it. You got to re-season that gravy, guys, because you don't want to have a nice seasoned piece of meat and a very bland gravy. Yuck. So I just added a little bit more black pepper and onion powder to it. Then I'm going to come in and add 1 packet of this bouillon powder. Beef bouillon powder. All right, and I'm going to just go ahead and get that all mixed in. And once I get this mixed in, I'm going to check this for seasoning because I know that that bouillon powder has sodium in it already. So I'm just going to come in and give this a little taste, and after I tasted it, then I realized that I could go ahead and add another pack to it. So that was just my personal taste. Don't go and add 2 packs in there because it might be a little bit too over seasoned for you. But for me, another pack didn't hurt. So I just got me another pack added in and gave it a nice good mix. And this does give it a nice brown color also, but you guys know me, I'm just going to be using my kitchen bouquet no matter what. So I'm going to come in and put just another little bit inside of here. I want my gravy to be a little bit more brown. All right, so once I get that mixed in, then I'm just going to bring that up to kind of like a little simmer. And then add my meatballs back inside of here. You can see that's starting to simmer just a little bit. So I'll go ahead and start adding my meatballs back inside of my pan, and I'm just going to cover that up. Let that simmer for about 30 minutes before I check it. But I am going to let this just kind of cook for maybe 30 minutes to 40 minutes, something like that, 30, 45 minutes. So I'll just get all of these back in, and I'm going to just cover it with my top, and I'll be back in about 30 minutes. Alrighty guys, so I am back, and I am going to give this a check right quick. And you can see that my gravy has reduced some. Has a nice little simmer to it. That's exactly what I want. I do want my gravy to be just a little bit thicker. And I'm not going to add any kind of slurry or anything to it. I'm going to just let it continue to cook. Let my meatballs cook a little bit more until they got nice and tender also. And this is what I ended up with right here. You can see that that gravy is really reduced down now. I just know that my meatballs are nice and tender. This is a perfect gravy right here. Not too loose, not too thick. That's going to be perfect to put on some nice rice. So I am going to plate this thing up, and I'm going to give it a taste test. All right, guys, coming in with a real quick taste test. This is my meatballs and gravy, a little rice. I'm going to jump right into this thing. I hope it's good. Seems like it's good. Meatball nice and tender right from the start. Look at me messing around with a fork. You see that? Still nice and hot. All right. I mean, that meatball just melts in your mouth. So tender. That's perfectly seasoned. You can definitely taste that smoked paprika. That is so good. One more bite. All right, guys. Alrighty, guys. So this was another delicious, simple meal right here. I definitely encourage you guys to give this a try. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. And please subscribe to my channel if you are new. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch TV, Cooking and Chilling with Kenny. And I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget the hashtag, guys. Pray for love and peace.